this new episode of Continuum Gaming, this time around in English as you may already have noticed, and today we are going to have a look at 3 different games again, which will be Archery Ballon Shooter, Spectre Mind Find Matches and Ball Shooter. My name is Jared. As always, I've cut a couple of different things with me. I've cut a couple of different things with me. Yeah, I'm cutting bad things, of course. I've got a couple of different things with me, and one of them is of course one of the mouses I'm using. This is a blue one I'm using at the moment. It's just a small little one, not foldable or something, but I just like the form of it better now, so I'm just using this one at the moment. And there is a foldable keyboard, which is this one, and it's of course foldable, so there is a name from. And in the end, both are Bluetooth devices which can be connected to, for instance, a smartphone, a tablet, a TV, whatever you want to use it with. It just has to have a Bluetooth interface more or less, and then you can use it with it. And yeah, there would be the Xbox One S wireless controller additional to that, which is this one, but there is no game we are going to use or play in this episode that is going to support him, so we are not going to use it. And other than that, of course, there is the Lumia 950 XL, which is the main device of this whole setup here, where there is a Mozo cover at the back, and all of these are more or less connecting to the smartphone, to this one, which is Windows 10 mobile powered and has Continuum enabled with a USB-C connector at the bottom. And like this, we can connect this one with the display dock, which is standing at the side here, which is more or less a USB-C hub. And so we can produce this kind of desktop-like experience. So the smartphone is really creating this desktop interface, and there's nothing in between or something other than the hub, which is just a connected sender at most. There's nothing computing-wise in this one that is going to change the output or something, because that is done by the smartphone itself. And yeah, other than that, I would say if you want to know more about all of this, please have a look at the corner up there, and we are going to start with the first game now. The first game is Archery Ballon Shooter, and it's exactly what it sounds like. It's an archery game where you are shooting at balloons and a couple of different other stuff, but in the end it's all about shooting at balloons. I like it somehow. It's from the side scene, so you're not going to be shooting with your arrow from the front or something, so not in the ego perspective or something, but you're going to shoot from the side on different kind of balloons which are trying to escape more or less, and some are faster, some are not, and you really have to just more or less match the timing for that. And yeah, this is more or less a game. You can earn points for it, as you can see there, and then you are able to buy other stuff from that. But we are just going to play it a couple of seconds, minutes, whatever, because there's not too much to show here, but it's fun to play, so just try it out if you want to. I'm going to turn around anyway, and I'm just going to click on the play button here. And if I do that, you can see there are a couple of different levels available here. It's going to be more than that. After that, it's going to be there. And yeah, so let's play the third one, for instance. So just click on them. As you can see, the 3 levels here are already played by me. So you're just going to click on one of them, and the third one is now open, so we can just use that one and go in. We have to earn 270 points in this level to win. And as you can see here, is more or less an archer bow you're going to have to use. And as you can see, there's some kind of gravity involved here. So you have to figure out what the right angle is to shoot in for this kind of setup, because there's a different kind of windiness here. So be very careful. Sometimes it's raining, for instance. If it's raining, it's really, really hard to shoot very far. In this case, it's pretty fast, as you can see, and we can shoot more or less straightforward. Problem is you have only a certain amount of arrows available, for instance, so you really have to time yourself right. Don't shoot in between or something. Sometimes there is this little kind of advertisement in between there. I don't mind it much because it's not very bad for you or something. It's only at the end of the level, and there's only more or less this kind of setup here. After a while you will see a close down button at this point, but you have to watch the video now. That's just like how it is. And yeah, the nice thing about the game is that you really have to try to calculate different things in. So now we can close this. Okay. And be very careful of when you are shooting with your bow here and how to shoot, because of course the different kind of balloons are giving you different kind of points, and you really have to get all the good ones more or less, and you can leave a couple of them behind. As you can see, those bubbles there are showing you what's going on, and of course, as you can see, you can, for instance, earn additional. Oh, come on. You can earn additional arrows with it, and as you can see, you can shoot as hard or as soft as you want to. Is soft the right word there? I'm not even sure about that, but whatever. Yeah. There we go. Oh, come on. Now, okay. Maybe I can even shoot pretty straight here because it's very, very hard. Okay, so we got the right amount of power there in combination with our level there. And as you can see, the interesting part is really how fast you should shoot or how hard you should shoot, in which angle you should shoot it up, and that you're getting the right timing, of course. And that's more or less what the game is all about. And so you just want to try it out, and maybe it's going to work for you. And I really like the game somehow, at least for a couple of minutes or seconds. You can play it in a pretty nice fashion. And so let's have a look at the second game. The second game is called Spectre Mind Find Matches, and yeah, it's more or less a find matches game. I'm not even sure what the name in English is. It's called Memory in German, so probably something equal, but I'm not sure. Let's see, and you can find out what I'm talking about. No, not MyTube, which is a pretty good app, but still, I don't want to use that one now. So let's go there, and we are going to have a look at, where is it, Spectre Mind Find Matches. Okay, Spectre Mind Find Matches is a find matches game, so you're going to have to find different pairs of whatever it is called. It is pretty... Is there something special about it? Yeah, there is a little bit of a specialty about it, because there are going to be more and more, and you're going to see the matches when you start the game and stuff like that. But in the end, it's really a classical match game, and it's really fun to play if you like to. We can go in and change the language. Let's see that we get English in here. There's German and other languages available, but still, just to give you a better understanding of what is going on here. And now you just click on continue. There are a couple of different things you have to think of here. So first off, you see the timer, which is going down here, which is going to kill us in a really, really short time. So we are just going to restart this. And as you can see, here we see the matches part. So you are just going to try to get the right matches in. And for that, they are going to be lifted up for you at the first time there. And depending on the difficulty level, of course, it's going to rise after a while. And you really have to be fast. Okay. Fast to get all of these. Oh, come on. And see what's going on here. For me, it's hard from this angle to really cover all these, but sooner or later they're going to be pretty complex and much harder to solve in this case, of course. Then. Okay, those were the same, those were the same, those were the same, and that leaves only those open. Okay, so let's see. Try to be very fast, because it's going to be harder and harder, of course, to figure those out. Because as you can see, there are going to be more and more of those levels, or those little parts there, and I'm not sure if, and now I will have to see which one is which. Okay, but that was just luck, more or less. Okay, I think I didn't get much of that. Okay, let's see. No. There we go. No. Not even close this time. Okay. There we go. As you can see, there's a score and the timer running out, so you really have to think about it, and I'm talking, I'm not going to be able to do anything here. So you really have to figure out where the different parts here are. I think it's a pretty straightforward game, so you don't have to know much to play it, but it's still fun to play it, I think. And there we go. And as you can see, the score is going to rise more or less, and the timer is going to go up a little, but not too much, so you really have to figure out in a fast way where everything is. This time I didn't watch at all, so this is more or less now without any kind of help trying to figure out where everything is. Okay, and as you can see, the timer is going to be increased with every white match you're going to achieve here. So you really will have to find the right one out and try it out. Yeah, and I think you already know what this game is all about. It's going to be harder and harder each and every level you're going to achieve here. And so I think this will be the last one we are going to play. I could play this for hours probably. Okay, so we got it through. You can of course pause it, and just play it whenever you want to play it. And this is more or less what this is all about. I think it's a pretty nice game if you like this kind of matches. It's of course a very classical one, so just play it if you like these kind of classic games. And other than that, you might want to try something different. For instance, something which has a little bit of a twist in it, which is the last game in our episode. It's called Idle Balls Shooter. And in the end, it's more or less one of the games that we already know pretty well, because there are a couple of them, but it's in a very different fashion, because it's continuously going to lower the stuff and you're going to continuously fire. So it's somehow a mash-up from those pong ball games where you're going to try to break bricks and stuff like that, and probably something like a space shooter or something, I'm not sure. I'm going to show you what I'm going to talk about, or what I'm going to show you here. And so let's have a look for that. I'm going to go to the all apps list, and then we are going to have a look at Idle Ball Shooter, which is this one. I'm going to turn around because this is a faster game. You really have to get a couple of things right to play it in a good fashion, otherwise you're going to die pretty fast, I would say. Okay, so it's going to be played with a mouse, of course, in our case. And what's going on here is, as I mentioned before, one of those break bricks with balls games. And the interesting part is really that you are firing continuously, as you can see here, with those balls. And the second interesting thing is that you have more or less these power-ups. So the power-ups are going to help you to get everything fixed and done, because otherwise without the power-ups you're not going to be able to do anything here. So first off, each and every hit I'm going to take here has already a couple of different points which are going to be subtracted, And that is a pretty neat thing. As you can see, we are firing more or less continuously those balls. We don't have to match or get them again or something, which is sometimes the case in these games. But you really just have to get rid of the continuously lowering ones as fast as you can. And there are those little power-ups. I'm going to shoot at them at the moment. Those are more or less going to hit everything in their range and are going to use the same power as one of your balls. So it's pretty interesting and yeah, very helpful in the end to use them. As you can see, perfect grave now. And with that kind of money you see there, you can buy those balls and additional balls. For instance, you can increase the damage output here. As you can see, each and every of the hits that my balls are going to it really sounds bad, but each and every one I'm going to hit here is going to get at least 8 of damage now, which is pretty interesting and of course very helpful. In between there are those kind of, I would say those are more or less bonus rounds or something, where only the numbers are shown and you're just going to fire at them. It's a pretty easy way to do it in this case, and you are just going to try to get rid of most of them at least. You're not going to die or something in these levels, or you can die, let's say it like that, you can die, but it's not going to do anything against you, so you're just going to lose some kind of points if you're not going to do those right. In between you're always leveling up somehow, so as you can see we are level 7 now, and we're going to level up after a while and get money for that, and with that money of course we can buy additional upgrades. As you can see, in between you have to switch between those the bars there, or the tabs more or less, and then you can have a look at those and just try something else. For instance, increase the power output, because that is really helpful anyway. And there are a couple of different things like ball speed, fire rate and stuff like that. Fire rate is of course very helpful too, to increase that, because then more of the balls are going to hit in a faster time, and that is of course very helpful too. Okay. It's not too hard if you figure the wizards or the power boosts out, but if you don't, then it's really hard. And there's a special other thing here. As you can see, there's tap damage, and tap damage means that you can, for instance, just click on one of those and get rid of them too. So you're even able to help your different ball shooters here if they can't, for instance, get everything done in this case. You can just help them by tipping on the parts. So it's not really hard if you figure it out and get all the different wizards and power-ups here really figured out. But if you're not going to make this game. Just to let you know. So you can try to challenge yourself, for instance, but it's not going to work out, and you really have to do it in a different way. So let's increase the ball speed here, which is of course very helpful too. And damage speed could be increased. I'm not going to use it much with a mouse. You don't need to, as you can see. You can easily do it without that. Okay. And as you can see, we are going to get higher amount of total balls, for instance. I'm going to increase that too. And now just try to get all the points you can. As you can see, it's really pretty easy to get through these, but it's really fun to do somehow, because the different approach in this game. So you're not going to have to figure out how to get your balls back to where they were and stuff like that. And so it's going to be pretty easy to play if you figure out everything here. Okay. So, and this is more or less what I wanted to show you. I could play this game again for a long time. It's really addictive if you ask me. So if you want to try it out, try it out. Those kind of games are of course the casual ones, so you should be able to play them whenever you want to, and like that, have fun with them. I hope you had fun with the episode too. If that was the case, please give it a thumbs up, of course. If you want to subscribe, do it now. It's a button down below. It's of course free of charge. And other than that, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. If you have any kind of comments, questions, whatever, put them down below into the comment section. Don't forget about the poll I'm at the moment doing, where this channel should be going to. And other than that, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. See you in the next episode, and bye. Bye.